Hi everybody, welcome back. Got another car here for you, another Shelby. It's a 1966 Shelby GT350, factory candy apple red 4-speed. Car number is 896. It's a factory override traction bar car, factory painted Magnum car. Car has its original drivetrain, original engine with the VIN. It's got the T10 transmission. Very nice car. The car has all original body panels. It has no patch panels that I've found in anywhere. It's probably one of the best bodied Shelbys that I've had. So a lot of work was done to the car when we got it. And we'll do a quick little walk around of the car, and then I'll get into the details of what all was done. The body is great. The paint is nice and shiny, but you know, it has areas of cracking. It's still the older paint job, so you can see that. There's some other areas, but it's not all over. And as you can see, the car still presents extremely well. Try to get some of these angles. I'll go ahead and show you the interior. The interior is basically original. Seats are in overall great shape. This one has a little seam coming apart there. Steering wheel, brand new. Disc brakes. Original tack, and it works. Headliner's in great shape. Even above the visors where the mice would normally like to chew on a car that's been off the road, but this car was never really off the road for a long period of time. Fold down rear seat. You can see some of the paint. Original quarters. Door strikers have the right dates on them, corresponding to when the car was built, as does all the glass. This one, it's there, but I'll have to study it. Let's see, 5H. Okay, let me get this hood opened up. Okay, for starters, it has its original hood, fiberglass on the top, steel frame on the bottom. Let's go over the VINs. Shelby VIN is stamped on the passenger side shock tower, fender apron where it should be. The tag is original. 6S896. All the correct export brace, correct shock tower caps with the welded washers, tri-Y headers, Kelsey Hayes proportioning valve, dual point distributor, Le Mans carburetor, small letter Shelby intake. So the engine bay was completely stripped to bare metal and repainted. Everything in here is basically brand new, from the wiring to the blower motor, to the shocks, to the solenoid, to the battery cables, radiator hoses. It's got an original Western Modine radiator, correct fan shroud, which is the original. HIPO fan with the right spacer. HIPO balancer. 21 on that head. 20 on that head. HIPO heads. So everything is new. I mean, from the fuel lines, voltage regulator, wiper bag, everything in the engine bay is new. All front suspension is brand new. It's got the Cobra T-pan. Calipers were rebuilt. Has all new control arms, strut rod bushings, sway bar bushings, brake lines, fuel line, master cylinder, rotors, everything suspension, front and rear is new. Has new leaf springs, conies, as you can see, all new brake lines. It's got the right rear end, the HIPO rear end with the tapered tubes, and this is the 66 version with the large drain plug with the tapered tubes. It has new fuel tank, complete new exhaust from Tri-Wise back. All original body. It's got a little light coat of undercoat. Very light, not sprayed to hide anything. But all original floors. So a lot of money went into this car. Engine, let's talk about the engine. The engine, it's got the original 289 HIPO, and the VIN is on the block right down there above the old pan rail. I have pictures of it. Engine was completely rebuilt, dynoed. I'd have to look up the dyno sheet. I can't remember the horsepower rating, but it's a 331 stroker. All forged pistons, forged crank, have receipts for everything, so it runs great. Start it up. Fires right up. I didn't even have to give it gas. Oil pressure, fuel gauge. I drove it over here, so it's not exactly a cold start, but I have a video showing me going to cold start. Very responsive throttle. It's still a solid lifter engine, as you can hear the solid lifters. Car is ready to go. I mean, it's basically mechanically brand new, top, front to back, top to bottom. It really needs nothing. I mean, if somebody ever wanted to paint it, they could paint it, but honestly, I would probably just leave it the way it is, and then you can actually drive it and enjoy it. Alright, well, we'll do a external driving video so you can see it here and go down the road. Alright, we're here in the 66 Shelby, car number 896. Let's go for a test drive. Car starts right up. Tack works. Horn works. It's an original 289 HIPO, but it's been stroked to a 331. Forged crank, forged pistons. Got the dyno video, the dyno numbers for the engine. It's all fresh. Clutch feels really nice. It's all brand new. Clutch, pressure plate, everything's new. Shifter rebuilt. The T10 was fully rebuilt. Have receipts for everything. Still cold. That was a cold start. Car hasn't warmed up yet. Got great oil pressure. Fuel gauge works. Amp gauge works. Showing 92,116 miles. It's going to go up 3 or 4 or 5 miles for this drive. It's got an aftermarket cassette player in it. Okay, here we go. In first gear. cruises well. Just steer with one hand, even though it's not power steering. It's got the quick ratio steering box. Car runs nice and cool. Radiator was completely redone, re-cored. Come to a complete stop. The car doesn't want to die. It idles nice. Throttle response is great. It's got the 715 carb on it, the Le Mans bowls. All right, now we're gonna do some exterior video.